there, welcome or welcome back to Beauty Bees. I'm Iris. Today we're doing my Project Pan update for April. Yes, this video was supposed to go up a week ago, but whatever. I'm running behind on all of my videos. So we're doing this the 8th, and hopefully by the end of April / beginning of May, I will have more or less caught up on things. So today I'm very excited to say that I have 2 rollouts, 2 empties. So let's start with those. I guess I have 2 rollouts and 1 empty. So the empty, we've already talked about in my empties video, but I'm super excited about this. This is Sassy Mauve from Revlon. It's one of their super lustrous lipsticks. It's gone. I guess there's a little nubbin, so I can actually show you what the color on this is. Convenient. It is a very pretty mauve shade, a little bit on the deeper side of mauve. I quite like this. I think that it is beautiful, especially for fall, winter, like early spring when it's essentially just still winter. I think this is a gorgeous color. It works really well as a cream blush. I enjoyed working on this. I didn't enjoy the fact that I worked on it for 2 years plus a bit to hit pan or to finish it off, but oh well, what are you gonna do? And I know that sounds like I didn't enjoy it because it's almost a complaint to talk about having to use it for 2.5 years to finish, but the reality is I wouldn't have put in 2 years into a product like this if I didn't really enjoy it. I have 100 lipsticks. There are absolutely lip products that have sat in my collection for nearly as long and gotten 30 uses on them total, whereas this one I definitely used close to, if not a bit over, 150 times to finish. So if it's been a while since you panned a lipstick, maybe keep that in mind before you buy 100 of them, like I did. You're 150 uses away-ish from finishing it, probably. Okay, the other rollout that I have is from ColourPop. This is the Super Shock Shadow in Flower Child. My goal with these ColourPop Super Shocks is just to hit pan, and I did that. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but there is pan. It's right there in the center, and I didn't think to track how many uses it took me to hit pan on this, because when I started this project up again, I thought back to the first set of Super Shocks that I had where you would hit pan within 10 uses. It took forever to actually finish off a Super Shock, but hitting pan was very easy. I think that the formula has changed a little bit, or the way that I'm using them has changed a little bit. So I had used this actually quite a bit before I brought it into the project, and then it probably took me 20-ish uses after I brought it into the project to hit pan. So it was actually a decently long haul with this one, but I have pan in it now. I still love this. I think it's a very easy, pretty gold shade for every day. I would suggest wearing a glitter base with this, but I mean, if you're okay with a little bit of fallout, it's still very pretty either way. All right, so I will be rolling that out. Now let's talk about the 8 products that I cannot roll out this month, and then at the end we will get to the new items I'm bringing in. So first up, we have this NARS oil-infused lip tint in Disco Infernal. It is a purple. And here is where I was last month at the pink line, and today I'm at this green line. I had pretty consistent usage on this. It looks like I used a little bit more in the last month than I did in the previous. However, I feel like I should be going through this a lot faster. I wasn't very consistent about using it this month, I feel. I think there was about a week there where I was using it almost every day. And I'm kind of surprised it only went down that amount with that type of usage. I want to focus on this the next couple of months. I would really like for this to be gone. I've had these for probably a year and a half, but I got them at Nordstrom Rack, and I got them on clearance at Nordstrom Rack. So I have no idea how old these are, and this is the only one that I have left. I used up a nude, and I used up a pink, and I mean, these are very, very sheer. I don't usually swatch things in this video, but apparently I'm just swatching everything today. This is very, very sheer. It is a little hint of purple, definitely not as scary as it looks in the tube. So I think I should be able to use it pretty consistently. And I would like for this to be gone because I would like to roll in some other lip products into this project. Okay, let's stick with another lip product. This is from Kiko. It is one of their mini lipsticks in a shade that I don't know the name of because it's not on the packaging. My goal is to finish this. It is a small lipstick, but this is just not a very good lipstick. This type of product is sort of the other side of the coin of what I was talking about with this Revlon lipstick. Like this Revlon lipstick, I was willing to put in 2 years on using it up because I liked it so much. If this product was a full size, I think that I would just declutter it because it's not a joy to work on. It's not awful. The formula isn't great. The color is very pretty. If this was a full-size lipstick, I think that I would probably declutter it and maybe look for a better formula that I would enjoy more. However, because this is a mini, I don't hate this lipstick. I don't even dislike it. I think that I would rather finish this up and have that satisfaction of using it up completely rather than declutter it and try to find something in a similar shade. So anyway, did I actually show you how large this lipstick is? Here is what I have left. I've used it I think 3 times in the past month, and I can tell that I'm starting to get close to the bottom on the edge, but if we measure from the top, I have a long way to go. Okay, done talking about that. Now let's move to an eye product. I have an eye pencil in this project. This is the Beauty For Real gel eyeliner in Olive. If you've seen me I've worn eyeliner, I would say probably 5 or 6 times in the past month. I'm never very consistent about wearing eyeliner, or at least this eyeliner in particular, but this is creamy enough, and when I apply it to both my top lash line and my waterline, so I use up quite a bit each time, that I think that I'm actually making decent progress on it. I've used up about 1/3 of this pencil so far. There's still a lot left to go. This is definitely going to be in here for the long haul, but I'm glad that I'm actually seeing some progress. And like I said, I've worn this eyeliner probably 5 or 6 times. I've also worn some liquid eyeliners a few times. I've worn some other eyeliners that I had a couple of times. I would say that I'm wearing eyeliner about half of the time. I don't have any on today because I just wanted to keep this very light and easy, but when I do wear eyeliner, I usually will pull for this one. Next we have a blush. This is from Etude. It is their Lovely Cookie blusher in Lavender Lemon Macaron. My goal with this one is just to hit pan, and I feel like I'm so close. I think you can see it too now. Like in the very center, I can definitely see the rings really well. And at first, I thought that was just something that I developed after a couple of uses. And to some extent, yes, I could see the rings through the product pretty quickly after I started using this. However, now I can tell that there is actually quite a difference in altitude between the edge and the center. I think I might actually be getting pretty close, and this is such a light spring shade. It looks so ashy in a full swatch, but This really does work nicely on my cheeks. It gives just a little pinky purple. That's not showing up. But when I actually get it blended in and get a nice little, I think you can start to see that little pink purple tinge. I can definitely see it in person. It is a subtle blush. It is one that I end up using quite a bit of product to get a reasonable amount of pigment on my face, which I kind of like. I mean, I would rather have to use a really normal amount, but between something like this and something that I have to be really careful in order to control and not end up with clown face, I would choose this any day. And this is a really interesting color. It's not something that I see very often, if practically ever, from Western brands. I think this has been a really fun thing to work on. And I think I'm getting close. I would guess, now that we're into April and then through May and through June, I'll probably use that quite a bit more. So hopefully within a couple of months, we can roll that one out of the project. Next up, I have an e.l.f. product. This is a primer, their Poreless Putty Primer. My goal is to finish this, and I have hit some significant pan in this. I did have pan when I brought it in, but it was just like a little dot in the center. I've definitely expanded upon that since, and I have hollowed out the interior a bit more. I have not been using this the past few days because my skin is breaking out. I have just a ton of breakouts right in this area. I don't know what's causing that. I don't think it's this, but my skin just needs a break. It needs to not have anything like this on it, so I've just been using moisturizer and face wash on it the past few days. Okay, next up, we have another e.l.f. product. This is their Hydrating Coconut Mist. I only brought this in last month. My goal is to finish it. I was at the pink line. Now I'm at the green, so I used up more than half of what was left. I don't think this should be a struggle to finish in the next month at all. This is really refreshing. It smells like coconuts. I quite like using this product. It's just something that I didn't think to use consistently when I didn't have it in a project. So, great thing to bring into this project. I have way too many facial mists, and it'll be nice to have one gone. So hopefully that will be an empty for next month. Now let's talk about two products that I repressed this month. So the first one I probably didn't really need to repress yet, but the other one I did. So I figured I've been putting off doing any repressing for like a month and a half at this point. If I'm going to do it, I might as well just do them both at the same time. So that was a long way of introducing this. This is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Blush in Call My Blush. I am trying to finish this year. I will put up a picture of what this looked like before I repressed it. And now this looks very messy, but I'm not a great repressor. That's not news if you've been on this channel for a while. I always manage to make my repressed blushes and anything else look a little bit like a murder scene, but they still work, so I'm fine with that. Here is a swatch. It is a really pretty easy everyday pink shade, sort of a neutral pink, maybe even a slightly warmer than neutral pink. I like it a lot. Super easy to wear. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing a blush from the Balm today, but I do like that one a lot. And I'm nowhere close to finishing it. I imagine it will take months and months. I would be surprised if I finish this before maybe October or November, but I'm gonna keep trucking along with it. Then this product really did need to be repressed. This is my Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. Again, like with the last product, I'll put a picture up of what this looked like before I repressed it. And now I have repressed it, and it's so thin in the pan. I'm really excited. I think that means I am relatively close to having this done. I mean, I repressed this maybe 4 days ago, and I've already hit pan again. You can see right along this ring, I have hit a decent amount of pan already, and I didn't use this today. Maybe I should have. Probably should have. I have gotten no sun whatsoever, and even when I do get sun, I don't exactly get bronzy. I just kind of get lobstery. So anyway, I've been using this semi-consistently over the past month. I think that this is another product that I will probably use a lot more in the coming months because, like I said, I don't get bronze during the summer, but I like to pretend sometimes. So this will be my friend, I'm sure. And I would love to have this done. I've had this forever. I've been panning it for the past 2 years, and I just want it out. I want it to be finished. I want to have finished a bronzer. I think that would be amazing. I was about to wrap up this video, and then I realized I haven't introduced my products for next month. So I have 2 products that I will be bringing in. The first is a Super Shock. My goal this year is to just always have a Super Shock in this project and be working on hitting pan in them. So the one that I am bringing in is from the Tinkerbell collection. First of all, look at the packaging, it's so cute. I love the glittery green with the Tinkerbell silhouette. This is Fly to Your Heart, and it is sort of a nudish pink shade. It's really pretty. Definitely on the glittery side. And as far as Super Shock shadows go, this one feels a little bit more dry to the touch. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a thing. So let's swatch that. I think you can tell it's a little bit deeper and a little bit rosier than my skin tone. It has a lot of pretty shine in it. I think this will be a very easy shade for me to wear on an everyday basis. I don't foresee it being something that I would have a hard time at all wearing to work. In fact, I'm sure that I have worn this to work before, so it'll be fine. It's really pretty. I like this. I think it's going to be fun to work on. And then the other product that I brought in to work on is kind of a weird one. This is from e.l.f. and it is their Oil Control Pink Powder Mask. I'm going to see if I can figure out a nice way to show you this without making a mess. But this is a powder. And the way that I've been using it, and it's not just me, this is the way you're supposed to use it, is I dampen a brush, I dip it into the powder, and then I apply it on areas that are oily. Specifically, I'm thinking that I might bring it into this area right here because it needs all the help it can get. And it dries on your face pretty quickly, and then you can just rinse it off really easily with water. It is so low fuss. It's so interesting to use, and I've only used it I think twice before, and I used up a decent chunk of it in those 2 uses. I would imagine that if I use this weekly, I could probably finish it up within 2 months. But how good am I at consistently masking? Not. So it'll probably be a while. But I thought that it was pretty effective at reducing oil. So hopefully this will help me quite a bit. And it'd just be nice to get rid of a mask because, like I said, I don't use masks consistently. They're not something I think about, and I don't want this or my other masks to just go bad on me because they've been sitting in a drawer instead of getting used. So I will be working on that one, and I think that about brings us to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's update. If you are doing a project pan this year, I hope it's going well. Let me know. I would love to watch your updates if you film them or follow along if you post about them on Instagram. Thanks again, and I hope I see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.